This video will focus on the concept. There's a very good chance that you will get this in the exam. When I look at this, we have overinsurance, underinsurance, reinstatement, and average clause. Overinsurance is when the item is insured for more than the actual value. So they will tell you, you have an item worth 200,000 Rand, but at the insurance company, they think it is 1 million Rand. So the insurance company thinks it is much more worth than what it actually is. But when there is a claim, it doesn't mean that the insurance company will pay out more to the insured person. Underinsurance occurs when the item is not insured for their full market value or their book value. I'll explain this later. In other words, the insurance company thinks the item is worth 180,000 Rand, but because you have added new mags and new sound system and new lights and whatever else to your vehicle, the actual value of the vehicle is much more. So when the whole vehicle is written off, you are not covered for the whole or the complete damages. Now, because of underinsurance, and look at the bottom, when goods are not fully insured, they are underinsured, the average clause applies. And basically what this means is the person will not receive damages for the full vehicle that was totaled. Because remember, you pay premiums for a specific price, for a specific value. So if you have an item that is insured for 180,000 Rand, but the actual value is 200,000 Rand, it means 20,000 Rand was not covered in your premiums, and therefore you will get out less than the damages. And guys, average clause has the calculation. So if they give you something where they say go calculate, and it is linked to insurance, it's average clause. It's underinsurance, it's non-negotiable. Because with overinsurance, they will not ask you to calculate. I'll show you guys just. Reinstatement. This is when the assets are overinsured, like I've already explained, and no insurance company or individual may profit from insurance. So therefore, if my item has been insured for 300,000 Rand, but the market value is only 200,000 Rand, and let's say there is 100,000 Rand worth of damages, the insurance company will only reinstate me for those damages and not the full 200,000 Rand or whatever the case may be. Okay, so they will either rebuild my property and they will not give me the cash. Okay, and again I said there's no formula for calculating overinsurance. So if in your question paper it says calculate insurance, identify the concept that is applicable, then guys it's average clause, it is underinsurance, overinsurance, no calculation. They might give you the story, but there's no calculation, and we say you are reinstated instead of paid out. Here's the formula for average clause. You are going to multiply the amount that was insured at the insurance company with the damages, and then you're going to divide that by the market value. The amount insured is what the insurance company thinks the item is worth, or what you told them it's worth, or what they assessed. But in between, you can add stuff on. And therefore, your market value might have increased over the period of time, and therefore the amount that they think you have and the actual value of the item is different. Now guys, when you look at this, they're going to give you 3 or 4 amounts. I'll explain the 4th amount just now. When you take this, you always have one amount multiplied by damages divided by another amount. And if you remember it that way, there's a way for you to get the answer even if you have forgotten this formula. Let's have a look at an example. If you look at this example, I say the damages to the vehicle was 75,000 Rand. The vehicle was insured for 180,000 Rand, but the book value is 200,000 Rand and there's an excess payment of 5,000 Rand. Let's quickly look if you put in the formula correctly. On the left hand side, you will get 67,500 Rand, which is the correct amount because you take your insured value and your damages multiplied together and you divide by 200,000 Rand. I always say that which the insurance company knows, the insured value and the damages, they're going to come and check what is the actual value of the damages. They're not just going to go with what you say. So what they know goes at the top of the line. The replacement value, the actual value, goes at the bottom. And then if you look at the compensation, the 67,000 Rand that gets paid out, 67,500, that has to be less than the damages of 75,000 Rand. And if you get that, you most probably are going to put in between 4 and 6 marks into your pocket. But if you take the calculation, and I said we have one amount multiplied by damages and you have another amount that you divide by, and you've swapped the two around. You can't remember that the smaller one goes at the top. You are going to get 83,333 Rand 33 cents. Now guys, if you look at that, that compensation amount is much bigger than the replacement amount. So therefore you need to know you've made a mistake and then go back and swap 200 and 180,000 Rand around. Then just lastly, if you look at that excess, the excess 5,000 Rand, then put that into the underinsurance average clause calculations. That they put there to confuse you. Excess is an amount of money that the insurance companies want you to pay in order for them to pay out whatever the damages was. So if you were fully insured and the damages was 75,000 Rand, the insurance company is not going to pay out 75,000 Rand. They will pay out 70,000 Rand, meaning 5,000 Rand has to come from your own pocket. Okay. Book value, replacement value, market value, same thing. Okay. There is a difference between the two, but for this calculation, same thing. That's all you need to